So yes, the first card you have for your past is the Three of Swords. Yes. So yeah, everyone knows this is the horrible heartbreak card. Um, I am seeing a kind of a clash or some kind of a battle. And I think you might have really been going through a battle inside your head for a long time. I think you might have been trying to really get over someone, and you're really, really trying. Actually, this was a battle. I think between your head and your heart, really, because I'm looking at this divided heart, divided up by these swords, and I think maybe your head was telling you that this person wasn't good for you and you had to move on and all of that. And you were trying, and you were getting somewhere. So you were definitely moving forward, but it was happening. I think you wanted it to all be completely over, and that just takes time. And you'd move on, you'd be busy, you'd do all these things, and then suddenly you'd think of them again, and you weren't trying to think of them, but they just pop into your head, pop into your heart. And I'm also seeing, I think you also might have just thought, I miss you. I'm moving on, I'm doing all this, I'm doing all that, and then suddenly you would have this feeling that you miss them. And I'm really feeling this quite deeply, actually. These were very, very deep feelings that you had for this person. And I think this could be why I keep on seeing this internal battle. And I keep on seeing this person, this ex, or whoever this is, I keep seeing them in your readings. They keep on coming up in your readings all the time. And I'm seeing that, you are a lot better than you were. And I think in your last reading, you'd improved from where you were before that. So each time you're improving, each week you're improving. But I do keep on seeing them there. You still had times where you thought about them, and you'd start to miss them, and you might have even checked their social media sometimes. But you were doing this less and less often. You were thinking about them less and less often. You were missing them less and less often, and you were having this battle less and less often. And time, it was just time. It was making things better, but it was slow. There are a few backwards and forwards, but when you look at where you are now, or where you were at this time, and where you were kind of a month before that, I mean, you've really gone far. So if you're still going through this and you're still thinking, I'm not getting anywhere, I'm not moving on, look at how you were and look at where you are now, and you'll see that you are moving on. You're really improving. So the next card you have for your past is the Ace of Swords. Yeah, I think something might have been revealed to you, maybe, or this was something about this person, this ex. I think this was something that was revealed to you that might have forced you to realize that they were not the right person for you. They were not a good person to have around you. And I think maybe you found this out after you were already separated from them. You found this out later, I think. But even then, even though you were given this gift of clarity of what this was, this thing that was revealed to you, and it was a gift. The hand on this card's giving you this sword, and it was showing you something, showing you this clarity. It was a gift, but it was a painful gift. So, you needed to see this, you needed to know what this was. But even then, after you got this clarity, your head still had feelings for them. Your heart did, I should say, and your head was still thinking about them. There was still this battle going on between your heart and your head. It was a smaller battle, but it was still there. It was still there even after you knew this. And it just goes to show sometimes that we can know things in our heads, but our hearts just aren't catching up with what we know. And I think that was what was happening here. And yeah, it took you a long, long time for you to even get to the stage where you were starting to feel balanced again. I think, things could have been starting to improve for you, definitely toward the end of last year. But the start of this year, I think, it was kind of a mental turning point for you. It's like when you said, right, it's a new year, I'm going to start anew, I'm going to move on from them, I'm not going to feel like this, I'm determined. And I think that helped you as well. That helped you as well. Even though feelings come when they do, and this getting over someone just takes the time that it does, this determination was helping you as well. Because I think every time they came into your head or your heart, you say, no, I'm determined, I'm moving on. And so just having that in your head mentally was helping you as well. It was like a little mental shield that was there protecting your head and your heart from these thoughts and feelings that were coming in. But yeah, you're over the worst of this. You really are. You still have a way to go, though. You do. The last card you have for your past is the Six of Pentacles. So, yeah, I'm seeing this is about someone helping someone. But I think maybe there was some misguided help, some kind of help that wasn't really very good help. You needed to get through this in your own way, and you needed to get through all of this in your own time as well. It did seem to be taking forever. I know that. It was frustrating. And I think it also might have been frustrating for some people who are looking in, maybe some friends who are watching this going on and watching you go through this. And, you were going through this really terrible time, this process. You were trying to heal yourself. You were trying to concentrate on other things. You're building yourself up again. And I think maybe some people, maybe some friends who were looking on at this and watching you, I think they might have been trying to speed up this process for you a bit. They might have been trying to get you to go out and maybe even date other people or something like that. But I don't think you were ready at this time. I think you knew that you could only do this when it suited you, when the time was right. You knew when you were ready to start all of this again. And you also knew that they meant well. You weren't upset with them. You weren't angry with them. These are your friends, and you knew that they were doing this because they cared about you. And they still do care about you. You know that. But everyone's experiences of healing from heartbreak are very, very different. And I think they'd had their experiences and they were thinking, oh, this is what this person needs. This is what happened to me. This is what helped me. I'll do that to help them. So they meant well. They wanted to help you. But what was right for them, I don't think was right for you. But again, you appreciated them. You appreciated what they were trying to do. But you just weren't ready. And you had to be ready when you were ready. And only when you knew you were ready. That's what I'm seeing in that card. The first card you have for your present is the Star. So yeah, obviously this was a really painful experience for you. You're still having some of this going on. You're over the worst. There's still a little bit of that around you. But I think, you did learn a lot through this. You were given this gift of clarity with the Ace of Swords. It didn't feel like a gift, or it felt like a horrible gift at the time when you found this out. And you're not going to forget that, and you're not going to forget what you've learned. I'm not saying that what I mean by that is you're not going to forget. I'm not saying that you're not going to forget feeling hurt and that you'll feel hurt forever. That's not what I'm saying. You are going to feel better, obviously, and you are already. It's that you learned things about yourself, you learned things about other people, you learned who was there for you and who wasn't. You learned a lot about yourself, what was going to help you through things, what wasn't, what you'll tolerate, what you won't, all of that kind of thing. You learned so much about yourself in this painful process. And you're going to keep these things you've learned, and you're going to take them with you forever. That's what I'm seeing in this card, because there are 8 stars on this card. 8, and the number 8 is obviously the infinity. So you're going to take these things you've learned with you forever. You've been enlightened by a lot of things. That's what the star can mean. And you're taking this with you. And I'm also seeing that you're becoming more confident. You're becoming more comfortable in yourself. Because, the beautiful woman on this card, she's completely naked, obviously. We can all see that. So it's like, she is who she is. She doesn't need clothes. She doesn't need jewels. She's the star. She's the jewel. She's the diamond in the sky. So I think that you're the diamond in the sky. You're the jewel. You're the confident one now. You're coming out of that and you're finding your confidence and you're starting to shine again. And I think someone might either be talking to you or maybe they're friends with you, but I think they're thinking of starting love with you or relationship with you or something like that. You might just be talking with them. You might have started to date them. You might not be. It might just be a friendship. I think it might actually just be a friendship that might become something else. But at this stage, you're concentrating on yourself. You're getting yourself back again. You're concentrating on your confidence and all of that. And yeah, that's what's attracting this person to you, your confidence and your light and your star and everything like that. That's what they're seeing and that's what they're attracted to. So the next card you have for your present is the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, again, I'm seeing the same person who's interested in you. I think this might be I think you're either talking to them or they're a friend or it's someone you already know and they're interested in you. That's what I'm seeing. And, they're a bit funny. I'm seeing they're a bit funny, actually. They might make you laugh. They might act as if they're happy all the time. This person might be around your work, actually. I am seeing some kind of a work connection there. But it might look as if they're joking a lot and, they do joke a lot. I'm seeing that. But they've been through a lot in their life. They've been through a lot of big ups and downs in their life. And I think you might not know this yet, but you'll probably find this out as you get to know them more. They're actually quite a sensitive person, not in a bad way. They don't go around crying and complaining about things. But they're caring, they're understanding. And this is because they have been through a lot in their life. That's what I'm seeing. But not a lot of people get to know this or see this side of them. And I think you will get to know them more and you will get to see this side of them eventually. Whether this friendship develops into love or whether it develops into a deeper friendship, you are going to get to know them on quite a deep level. And you are going to find all of this out about them. But this is a very good person. This is a great person to have around you. The last card you have for your present is the Seven of Swords, yes. So this is about someone who hurt you. Obviously, that's what this is about. Someone who's doing some bad behavior, cheating, lying, stealing, whatever that is in this card. I think this might be about this ex, this person you're getting over. But I don't want you to be afraid. I don't want you to think that this means they're coming back or they're doing whatever. They're not going to come back. They're not going to undo all of your hard work that you've done on yourself. And you really have worked hard on yourself. So keep on doing that. I'm not seeing that going backwards. But this person is thinking about you. The man on this card's looking backwards. He's looking back at where he's been. And I think this person knows that they've hurt you, obviously. They know that they've done something. They're thinking about what they've done. They're thinking about what they did to you. They might be thinking about what they've done to other people as well. Because they're looking back. They're looking back. They're not running away and going forwards. They're looking, well, they are, but they're looking backwards to where they've been. And I think this person might actually suspect that you know a certain thing about them which was revealed to you in the Ace of Swords. So, they know that. They're looking back at what they've done to you. They're looking back at that. They're thinking about that. It's on their mind all the time. And the sad thing is, I'm not actually seeing regret in this card, but I am seeing that they're aware of what they've done and they're thinking that you probably know what has been revealed to you, that you might know this thing. And this is something they were keeping as a secret for a long, long time. That's what I'm seeing in that card. And they're not going to come back. And even if they were, you wouldn't welcome them back at all. And I think they'd be too afraid. They're looking back because they're realizing what they've done and they're thinking about that. But they're not going to come back. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your future is the Three of Wands. So you might be looking back, but you might be looking back over something you've done as well. I think at this time in your future, I think you might be feeling a little bit worried, a little bit cautious about something. I think this is something about work. I think you had to do extra work to do this thing. I think this might be something that you put in for. Might be a promotion, might be a course of study, might be something like that. It might even be a different job. It's something that you've had to apply for. And I think this is something that's going to take you further in your life or in your job or something like that. And I think maybe you worked toward this in your past because you were kind of throwing yourself into this, not just to forget about this ex, but that was partly why. You wanted to forget about your ex, but you also wanted to do this. It was two things. So concentrating on this and putting all of your efforts on this was really helping you to forget this ex as well, or it was contributing to it. And I think, I can see you put so much effort into this. You put so much concentration into this as well. And I think this is looking really positive for you. I think you probably, by this time in your future, you would have probably done everything that you've needed to do about this. And you probably handed this in or put this in or whatever, and you can't go back and fix anything or do anything. So you might be thinking, oh, I wish I had have said that, I wish I had done that, I wish I'd done this properly, and you might be thinking, oh, maybe I got that wrong. Don't do that, it's too late anyway. You put it in, it's all done, and I'm seeing positive things coming from that. I'm also seeing something, there is going to be a positive result from this, but I am seeing that in between you applying for this and this result coming, they might come back and ask you a lot of extra questions or something like that. But again, try not to worry about this. This is going to be a positive ending. So just do what they ask, fill it in, do whatever you need to do. This is going to be positive. That's what I'm seeing. Look at this golden sky. This is going to be very positive for you. The next card you have for your future is the Hierophant. So I think this thing that you applied for or put in for, it might have something to do with either teaching or learning or training or something like that. I hope this is going to make some sense, but I think you might... Okay, this might not make sense, but I just have to tell you, this is what I'm seeing. It's a bit silly. I think you might have a bit of a rebellious streak, actually, and I'm just seeing some questions, maybe questions on a form or something like that, that might have to do with this application. It might be to do with these questions that come in again after you think you've already put everything in. And you might be tempted to answer a couple of these questions in a kind of a funny way or an ambiguous way or something. I'm just seeing you looking over something they're asking you and you're thinking, why do they want to know that? That's none of their business. What a silly question. And I totally understand that. If this is all resonating with you, I put silly things on forms all the time just to have fun. I always do that. But don't be like me, because I'm seeing that whoever this is, whoever these people are, or whoever this company is, I think they take things very, very seriously. And they're not going to be very happy if you are tempted to do anything like that. So just try to answer things in the best way that you can. Fill everything out honestly. I'm not saying you're dishonest, but just fill everything out the best you can and just kind of hand it in. Sorry about that motorbike. This is going to be a bit annoying, this kind of second round of questions. And it is going to be a bit frustrating, and you are going to be asked some questions that you're going to think, why are they asking me that? That has nothing to do with anything. It's none of their business. This is crazy. It's a silly question. And, have a laugh to yourself, but fill the form out properly. That's what I'm seeing. There is going to be a positive ending. So don't give up, but, take it seriously as well. The last card you have for your future is Strength. So, yeah, I'm seeing someone around you who might need you to be strong for them, actually. This is someone who looks as if they're strong for themselves usually, but deep down they're really not sometimes. This might be a friend. This is someone who usually hides their problems. They hide their feelings. I think this might actually be this person I was seeing in the Wheel of Fortune, this friendship that might turn into love or whatever this was. And I think whether they're just friends with you at this time or whether they're more than friends at this time, I think this is the time when they're going to start to open up to you. And they're going to open up to you, I think, about something that's been really, really troubling them. And this is something that you might have been through a similar experience to them. And so you'll be able to understand what they're talking about. I'm seeing you having quite a few very intimate, very sensitive, kind of very deep conversations with this person. I think they're probably going to tell you some things that are going to surprise you, actually. You're going to find out some things about them that are going to surprise you. This friendship might turn into something more, might turn into a relationship, it might not. But whatever happens, this is going to be a strong friendship or strong relationship, or it might be both. You're really developing the strength between you. You're really building up a lot of this between you. And I think you're building up a lot of closeness. And I think what's going to happen is in the future is you're going to be able to turn to them and they're going to be able to turn to you, and you will. You're going to have a lot more conversations like this. This is really, really beautiful. It might turn into love, it might not, but this is a friend I think you're going to have for a long, long time. If it does turn into love, this is a relationship that's going to last for a long time.